Turn that off. Hey, it's your old pal Chris. I am in the city of Beans, Beantown, Boston, to meet for the very first time in person my pal, your pal, Brandon Bautista. He's the guy who inspired me to do a video every day that I was 40 by starting off doing a video every day. He was 40, and now both of us are about to turn 41. And he flew in just to meet me. Flew into Boston from Michigan. No, that's not true. I think it's for a conference. But I drove into Boston just to meet him. So that's got to count for something, right? It looks like a bed.
It's. I assure you, it's not.
It's not. Yeah, I mean,
there's fancy pillows that have stains on them.
Yeah,
it's not reassuring, I guess.
So, I recorded a little intro earlier, just in case we. But you should introduce yourself to the 4 people who watch my channel.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm one of them, so
okay.
Let's make that 3. My name is Brandon Bautista, and I have been doing a video every day that I'm 40.
I have
my
to.
pal Chris here.
Yeah.
And we've kept each other going on this and encouraging each other, and I think we're the largest consumer of each other's videos.
Probably.
But it's been really good to have when you're jogging and when you're by yourself you can stop because you're out of breath, you get a cramp or something like that.
Right.
But when you're with a team of people. It's easier to do that because it encourages you to not give up. And in that same manner, you have encouraged me not to give up and do my videos and even when I don't want to, because I know there's at least one person out there who's going to notice if
you don't get
if I miss one. Yeah,
I'm gonna give you so much shit.
I appreciate it, and I can swear on this. I typically don't.
I know.
I don't swear.
You don't swear on yours.
My son watches my videos regularly, so I try
will
not
make
to
sure
swear.
that when we do a video for your channel, I do not say anything.
Okay.
bad.
Well, you can. But,
no, I won't.
Say shit and bitch and I still won't say the C word because I don't agree with that.
Yeah, no, I don't.
But bitch, I will say.
You can, there's a lot of connotations, simulations.
Negative connotations.
Negative. I mean, bitch is one that has multiple. I don't know. Meredith Brooks took it back.
She owned it, and then Jesse Pinkman kind of brought it back around on Breaking Bad, and has brought sort of new. This is a new age of enlightenment of the B word.
Of the B word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm cool with it.
Can you believe that I've not seen more than the first season and a half of Breaking Bad?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really weird.
I can't actually. There is. Here's why.
Okay.
You were a fan of Lost, right?
Yes.
You were a Lost person. I think you've written about that before. And I've never seen an episode of Lost, and because there was so much hullabaloo around it, there was so much conversation and oh my gosh, you have to see this, you have to see this, and it was kind of by the snobby people in my school, and so school. This was after school, work, whatever. And I actually know one of the writers. I went to I graduated with her. So I was like, I don't know. When people say you have to see something, it's never going to live up to the expectations. So it's always I was like, no. So maybe now I can watch it, and maybe now you can watch Breaking Bad without that social pressure of saying hey.
Well, and I got it from not only from friends but from students. I have a student, Victor Herman. He's a talented screenwriter himself, and he's a student of those. A student in terms of he's read all the scripts and he's watched tons of interviews and stuff with the people who, and maybe he even knows some of the people who do Breaking Bad.
Gotcha.
But he would talk about it in class all the time, and he could not believe that I'd never watched.
My parents actually just got Netflix, and they're just beginning to watch Breaking Bad, and they're in their 60s and enjoying it for the first time, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, can you believe like the thing with the bathtub? And I'm like, man, that was
that's pretty early
10
on.
years ago. Yeah. So, but they're enjoying it now without like the social pressures that I think were prevalent back when it was around. Certainly when it became more popular towards the end. So, you know what? I don't judge you one bit for that.
Okay, thank you.
I've never seen any Rambo movie. I've never seen any Rocky movie, actually.
I haven't seen any Rambo. I've seen bits and pieces of the first few Rockies. I've seen Rocky V, which is because Rocky V was around that time where my dad had the little black box that would get you any channel you wanted. We were one of those houses.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And so
like the pornographic movies
yes,
too?
you would get those too, but
man.
mostly we used it to watch. I don't think, maybe we knew the pornographic stuff was out there, but mostly we just
like
watched
getting
the
movies
same 4 or 5 movies like every day, every afternoon. So like Total Recall, The Firm, In the Line of Fire, and what was the one I just mentioned?
Rocky V.
Rocky V, Rocky V, I think was around then, and so that was one of those ones I saw.
Yeah, they don't have those anymore. I mean, like I guess that maybe led to cord cutting and this whole notion of like you're not tied to your Comcasts or your what do you guys have out here?
We have
Comcast?
Verizon. Yeah, we had Comcast when we lived in New Hampshire. We have Verizon now.
Okay. Screw those guys. Screw those big companies. You get these little boxes. Back then it was just black box. Now it's a Roku, an Apple TV, or something like that, and then you can authenticate, to the channels that you want. Democratization of entertainment. I'm for it.
Yeah.
So I don't cast any stones at your father one bit.
Thank you. Thank you very much. He thanks you as well.
Good. Let's go talk to him. How far away is it? Half an hour?
About half an hour. So,
all right.
Yeah.
I'm
so
down.
we're my arm's getting tired, and this is
that's a hard thing to do.
This is probably the point in my videos where they usually sort of trail off.
Okay.
And I try. This happens in my podcast too. We always try to find some funny way to end things, or in my videos case, it's usually some poignant message or where I want.
Or like a reiteration of like the overall theme of what you've been talking about. I try to do that. It's not always easy. It's not always easy, but
maybe I'll just insert like footage of me walking back to my car.
Just random B-roll of people like cleaning the street and and jumping in the fountain. There's a fountain over there.
Yep.
And there's a Goodwill Hunting bench. Which I'm really excited to see sometime.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm just so incredibly pleased and happy to finally meet you in person.
Yeah.
I've been following you for a long time online, and when I found out I was coming to Boston, I was like, I really hope that you're available, and I'm just thrilled that you were able to come out and meet me in person. So
all right.
this is a collab.
Collab.